The lymphatic system runs alongside the circulatory blood system, and it's responsible for processing toxins from the blood system. It's intimately related and ultimately for balancing the fluid in our body. When we have edema or swelling, and this particular video concentrates on edema of the upper body, then there's a logjam in the system for some reason. Scar tissue, could be poor circulation for some reason, and also injury. Qigong is very helpful because there's three things about the lymphatic system that are crucial to know. The things that enhance it is good, deep breathing, and we'll go through that in a moment. Slow movement, because it is slowly pumped around the body. So it responds to slow movement. And the other thing is that the lymphatic system, the vessels of that system, are squashed by hard pressure. So if we have a swollen hand, doing this in quite a hard manner and quite a lot of pressure might relieve temporarily the situation, the swelling. But actually, because we've crushed the lymphatic cells, then it's not a permanent solution, and the logjam will still exist and the edema will come back down. So the third thing to say about the lymphatic system is that if you can, elevation of the limb is better than massaging it. Although, has to be said that there is a particular way of massaging the lymph system, manual lymphatic drainage, which is very effective, but hard to do on yourself. So, the other thing about the lymphatic system that we need to know is that in order for the lymph to be reabsorbed in the body, so say we have a swollen hand, in order for it to be effectively reabsorbed in the body, rather than coming just back down as soon as we've done something, it needs to be absorbed and integrated in the lymphatic nodes that, if you like, exist in this area of the body. And we don't need to know the anatomical names of those or even the exact location. Suffice to say that if the lymphatic fluid successfully gets to this area around here, then it's more likely to be reabsorbed into the body and the swelling will stay away. So it's rather a long explanation for a very simple thing. And I'm going to show you two Qigong moves that are effective, I hope, in reducing swelling of the upper limbs. The first one I call bird sunning itself. And here it is. It's from the 8 Treasures Shivashi form. So we stand easy. No need to pay too much attention to how we're standing on this occasion for our purposes. But we're soft and easy. And the first thing to set up is our breathing. So long, deep breathing. Often people think it's a long in-breath, but actually the most effective way of long, deep breathing is to breathe out fully, absolutely fully. So let your breath go and let it go to complete emptiness of lungs, so that you're really almost desperate for an in-breath. And then when you feel the in-breath coming, you just relax and the in-breath comes in. No effort on that. When the in-breath is finished, in a natural way, then breathe out one more time. And already we're stimulating the lymphatic system, remembering that it is stimulated by good, deep, long breathing. No effort in that. Emptying out on the out-breath. And just relax into the in-breath. Let's add a movement. So in order to stimulate these areas, we just gently follow the in-breath and follow a long out-breath. Simple as that. Now, the lymphatic cells and vessels are very close to the surface, so they're in the skin. So although we don't want to squeeze them or push them too hard, what we can do is stimulate them by a twisting movement. So now I'll add this. When you're at this position, just turn the palms forward. And you can feel that the whole skin of the arms is twisting, and maybe you can already feel that this area is being stimulated, reabsorbing the lymph, any lymph that's excessive. So now we've got natural in-breath, a little bit of a twist. So the palms are forward, they come back, natural, long out-breath. Bird sunning itself. We'll add one more thing. So when we move the neck in a slow manner, it's another signal for the lymph to be reabsorbed. There's another stretching of the, perhaps you can feel that just by turning your neck, and you feel that area is stimulated, the fascia is stretched a little. So we're going to add that. So on the in-breath, twist the hands, turn the neck. On the out-breath, come back to center. Often if we get edema of the hands, it's when we're walking, isn't it? Or at least I do. If I'm on a long walk, perhaps my hands feel slightly swollen because they're the opposite of elevated, I guess. So it's perfectly possible to do this when you're out and about. It just requires a little bit of disguise. So we might just do it a little bit more gently, pretend we're looking one way. Definitely we can do long, deep breathing. Just a few of these to help the lymph back into what I call the lymphatic ducts. For practice, and this is not to be done in public, another ideal Qigong move is painting the rainbow. Perhaps you have an injury of the shoulder, in which case this wouldn't be appropriate for you. But if you can do it as a regular practice, we take the feet a little bit wider apart. We shift the weight over onto one side. This hand that's on the side of the weighted leg comes above and comes to the top of the head level, but not touching. Now, can you see when I do that, that this area stays open? And if it doesn't, then stop when you feel it closing. So we're stimulating this area, but we're not closing it off. Then the head turns. So we've said that head turning is good. The eyes face the palm of the hand. And then we shift and we go to the other side. So that's the movement, little like passing a gym ball over the head, painting the rainbow, painting a rainbow. So you've got your elevation, you've got your slow neck movement, you've got stimulation of the lymph ducts and elevation. So this is, you know, like a 3-minute practice that you could do to alleviate, hopefully, some upper limb edema. So let's talk about the breathing. So you would breathe in one way, no effort, remember, and breathing out fully, fully, fully on the other way. And it may be, that means that you go more slowly on one side and then quicker on the other side. And that's fine. So Qigong is not about having a regular rhythmic movement. It's purely about following your longest out breath and then receiving the in breath. I'll just show you one more movement. This is called separating the clouds. So once again, this area in Chinese medicine is called cloud gate. It's the start of the lung channel. So again, we're working with the breath. So we would come up with wrists crossed, although on this occasion doesn't really matter which way we cross the wrists, which one is over which one. On the out breath, you come down, feel how that's stimulating the lymph ducts. Then we're going to add something to this, which is, again, a stimulation of just the skin on the neck. So you look up to sky, just feel that, how it stretches the skin very gently around this area. And then on an out breath, we're coming down and looking forward again. So following the in breath, keep the shoulders down and open. And as you're there or here, then you lift your eyes up to the sky, as it were, and then you come back to true. Following a natural in-breath up, no effort, just let it come in. Following your longest out-breath down. So just to recap, anywhere and any time, and actually 100% of your day and night, you could be practicing long, deep breathing for the lymphatic system and many other reasons why you would do that. So long, long out breath and just receiving a gentle in breath. Anything like slowly turning the neck is going to help upper body and edema, either as we've done, like this, but it's slow and deliberate. Feel how the skin responds. If you can elevate, that's great. If you can't, that's also not a necessity. You could maybe lie with your hands above your head, but elevation is also good. Thank you for watching.